So today's fun project, sanding out this nasty water tank. It's disgusting, but someday we're gonna have to drink out of it.
It was then that Chris got a little jealous of my sweet sanding action.
I'll just go get a suit and burn this down. We can't both be up here doing that. Would you mind going to give me a tie-back suit?
Sure.
Oh boy, more sanding.
Hey, Kel?
Yeah?
Can you grab me the multi-tool?
Sure.
I found something pretty cool.
What's that?
There's a file storage system down here. You can put all your paperwork in the appropriate file. This is not what plywood's supposed to do.
No, that looks bad.
I know that this one used to do that, and I put a sealing goo in here a while ago, but
So are we fine with that one?
no, I think our best bet will be to cut these two baffles out, and then we'll make 3 new ones. One here, one here, one here. So I'm gonna cut these out because this is no good. Can you grab me some ear protection though?
Here you go.
Thank you.
So you'll become a deaf old man.
Huh?
Yeah.
Got them out.
Psst. This may be the last of the demo.
I said I think it'll take us more than one day.
You think so?
Yeah.
You have little faith.
No.
I think you're right. I called this meeting today to begin planning. Do you have a tape measure up here? Because we need to figure out exactly what the overall layout will be so I can start building bulkheads and things like that. This is the game plan. It goes like this. You know when you plan something and it sounds so great in your head?
Or it looks really good on paper.
Yeah,
But not in
or
person.
computer aided drafting. That's what I did, Kelly. That's not just some sort of drawing program. Anyway, so we're up here just kind of visually laying things out in the actual space to make sure it makes sense. So Kelly, why don't you show us where the shower is gonna live?
So we're gonna have a second shower, luxurious, right here.
Where will you stand to take a shower?
I will stand right here.
Now give us a glamour shot over your shoulder.
Look what I did to myself.
Yeah. You'd kind of be more over the corner of that water tank to shower. That's more where the shower will be. And then this little thing, it's a little off, but that'll be the bathroom wall. And then over there will be the layout. Everything seems to be laying out perfectly. Really what we're doing up here is figuring out where all the bulkheads are gonna need to be. That little black dot, this is the main separator between the shower and the eating / conversation nook.
Conversation.
And then over here will be the head and the sink. In the V-berth, this will all be chain locker that comes down through a stainless steel pipe and just drops straight down from right under that plate into this area, and it'll all castle down into here and drain into the bilge. So we need a bulkhead across there to separate. Then we need to glass that all in so it's nice and waterproof. This will be the head flush tank / what else do we use it for? Like, oh, washing down the chain. And then we obviously need to reinforce that floor because I took out the rotten wood that was down there. What is that thing? No one knows. It's a mystery. This will be a nice long sea berth / couch that will need some bulkheads tabbed in. We've got work to do. It's time to get after it. I'm glad we're done with the stupid demo part that took 3 weeks. Doesn't seem like it should, but you know, the weather just sucked butts.
You know what we forgot to talk about?
What?
The elephant in the room. Where do we put the mast? Support.
let's talk about this, shall we?
Yeah, let's talk about it.
This is where the mast support used to live. It was a little bit more thick and strong than this extension cord.
Yeah, good visual though.
Thanks. And it was kind of like right in the middle of the table, which wasn't a big deal. But the mast is actually right here. Weird, right?
Very weird.
The way they did this is this piece of plywood right here, which is super solid, like super solid. I think it actually is encapsulated in this little section, so it's not going anywhere. But then the floor went over the top of that, and then the wall went up here, oddly slightly off center. This is an encapsulated beam that goes from here all the way forward to here. That beam looks like mild steel to me. It looks like it's two square tubes of mild steel welded together. And inside it is rust. Again, you had a wall over here, and then the mast support was right here, and the mast itself was right here. We would like to move this mast support because it doesn't really go with our design, and putting it right under the mast makes sense. That means that if the wall is here, Kell, and this mast support is right here, we're gonna have to dodge it to be able to sit on this bench when the table's down. When the table's up, it's absolutely no big deal at all. What I would love to be able to do is, since we've got this support here, if we can move this aft so it's just a couple of inches back, we could strap this beam to the support wall with like some stainless steel strappings on either side. And we don't lose, I mean, it's only about 3 inches back, maybe 4. So it would be off center. I just want someone that knows engineering and loads and things like that to tell me that that would be okay.
Spoiler alert, we did end up finding a guy with loads of experience to help us with our problems. He's a professional rigger out of Portland. Stick with us to find out how that conversation went.
And the reason why I think it would work is because we had that big beefy mast support. That will be located wherever the mast support will be. You know, the big old base right there, that guy? Mm-hmm. Can you see him in the shot? Okay. That base used to live right here, and it supported this piece. We will relocate that to any point. So the base is the same, right? Mm-hmm. On the top, the load of the mast is the same. So what I'm looking for is relative strength testing. This is our baseline of 1. I would love to know how much more or less strong, but probably more strong, it would be right under the mast. So it might be a relative strength of 1.4 because it's 40% stronger. Does that make sense? Based on 1 here at our baseline. Then I'd like to know if we go back another 4 inches and strap the thing down, if we lose strength or gain it from our baseline way over here. So this might be 0.78 or it might be 1.13. I don't know. That's what I want someone to tell me. Like relative strength to our original setup. Arguably, this has worked for 50 years in this boat, so that's strong enough to do what we want it to do. Would this position back here be more or less strong than that was? That's what I want to know. But if I can't get anyone to help me with this, and I've called riggers and we've kind of involved some engineers that have been helping us out, really awesome of them, but if we can't figure that out, we'll just put it right under the mast because we know that's going to be stronger. Hi. You've made it clean in here once more. Well, what do you think? Should we just leave it like this? There's lots of room for activities.
Lots of room.
I came up to get this measurement. I was thinking we should come up with a way to make this new chain locker area watertight. Would it be cool as if something bad were to happen and we smash this part of the boat, which is the most likely thing to smash into something, and it breached and this chain locker filled up with water, but the whole boat didn't, so it wouldn't sink. No, the Titanic sunk. This is the opposite of that. You think we could do it? I think we could probably do it. This would take an extra bit of effort to make it watertight. Hi.
Hi.
What's up?
I'm just seeing what you're doing.
I am finishing up my nighttime dark project. Yeah. These are going to be the cover and hatch to the chain locker. It's waterproofing the insides.
Looks cool.
It tilts it.
Yeah.
And it just looks like a bolt head.
Progress.
Davy Jones's locker.
Is there anything I can do to help you?
No, not really. 105, even. Okay, so after we did their demo and cut this out, come in here. The goal for this chain locker is to make it its own kind of compartment so that if the boat runs into something up here and breaches, this will fill up with water, but it won't flood the boat and sink us. It is my understanding that when it comes to running into stuff, this area is a very likely candidate unless we get broadsided. We have our fills that are up there. You can see those hanging down. Can you see them? Mm-hmm. And then we're going to run one that goes down to the main water tank, and I glassed over the top of it. I took a piece of vinyl. That's the vinyl strip. We made a little runner, and then I glassed over the top of it, and you can see the PVC popping up right there. Yeah. So it goes all the way under here and underneath, so it's not even a part of this compartment. And then once we run the wash down pump line, that'll go through here, and this fill line that'll go through here, and this tank's vent that'll go through here. Then we'll glass on the lid, and it'll be completely watertight, hopefully. Pretty cool, huh? This probably represents about 15 hours worth of work so far.
Up on deck, Chris drilled the hole for the washdown just starboard of the hatch.
Ooh.
We used little fiberglass riser rings to avoid water pooling in the core.
Perfect.
Hi.
Hello. I'm wet sanding by coincidence. It actually works really well. My sandpaper stays sandy.
Yeah. Good. New technique.
Yeah, just when it rains. I don't really care if this is perfect because this is the underside of the locker, but I want to make sure it's waterproof. That's important.
Assembling the interior hatch lid and cover.
Hey, want to help me test something?
Sure.
We bought this gasket for the new chain locker. Need to make sure it seals well. This is my perspective from inside the chain locker, and this is what it looks like on the other side.
I can't really see what I'm filming, so I'm just kind of broad filming, hoping that if anything happens, I'll see it when I review the footage.
As you can see from the wet sawdust around the collar, this was a fail.
One thing I've learned from when we did the shower in the aft cabin and now is that, wait for it, it's gonna be a while.
Okay.
Hold on.
This is some compelling footage of your ear.
I bet it is.
I'm glad it's clean.
I can hear you just fine.
That's good.
All right, is that coming off? Can you like put your toe on this thing? I'm unscrewing it because, like you mentioned earlier.
Doesn't work.
Okay, hand me that thing. This right here only works well in absolute engineered perfect scenarios. Otherwise it just leaks. But the way we fixed it in the aft cabin, the way we're gonna fix it hopefully right now. So, snap myself in the face with a bit of butyl.
Always good.
I'm gonna go clean this off with acetone real quick.
There's a can right there.
Sweet.
And there's paper towels right there.
Oh gosh, this is convenient.
I know. Well, look at the hookups you got.
Butyl's just a heck of a lot better at magically making gaskets that do not leak. Okay, so what I need you to do is do the exact thing that you're doing before. Put this in with the flat side down. Mm-hmm. Put your foot on it really hard so I can tighten this down.
It was a great success. Moving on.
This is some hose that we inherited with the boat. And it is safe for potable water. So we're going to use it to make the connection between the top of the PVC hose barbs and the fill from the deck. It is PVC flexible hose with a vinyl double helix interior for reinforcement. Shields 148.
Let's take a look at what's going on from above.
Ah,
Hello.
hi. I'm applying white snot. Come on, you bottle. It's hard to get traction down here. Dude,
What?
I have nothing to push on because every time I walk, it like slides me down the hill.
Would it help if I wedged myself in between there and you could use me?
I don't think so.
That was working before.
I got my foot on the bulkhead. There we go, now we're on.
What do you think up there?
Looks good.
You think so?
I mean, it's really dirty and disgusting, and it's hard to like want to show people this, but the connections all look good.
Okay, Kel, I see this like purple stuff. And then there's this blue stuff. That's the primer and the glue, but I don't know what these like red marks are from.
Oh, I have an idea. Gross.
It's my life energy. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. All right, we're done
Okay.
for today.
All right.
Tomorrow, we will attach the rest of this, but we have 2 deck fills, one for each of our water tanks right up there. On the left is our main drinking water tank, which is in the sole of the salon. And on the right is this guy that we will use to flush toilets and to wash down the deck. That's what that is for.
Cool.
And those go into some rigid PVC right up there. I'll tell you, that hose seems flexible. Not so much. That was a struggle.
Yeah.
And then we get down here and we got the connection. The left one goes straight underneath all the way down. The right one will pop out here and then 45 over and tie into this guy. So that's it for tonight, because I am a little beat and bleeding and hungry. We'll be back at it tomorrow though.
Okay,
when I've
fair
had a
enough.
rest.
What do you
And the
think?
dog's curled up by my feet and I don't get to move the entire night because she suddenly decided she likes sleeping in the bed with us.
Yeah.
I'm not. So we have our 3 plumbing penetrations. I use this tape to get me a rough idea of where this is supposed to be. These are really cool little things. I don't know if I've talked about these yet, but they are a sealer that goes in there and it seems like, how could that possibly seal, Chris? That seems ridiculous. But the way it works is when you shove the PVC through, it forces a little flange to flare out on the back, holding it in place. So we will have one for each of our little spots. And I think our best bet would be to primer both sides, but only put glue in the hole. The reason being is when we push it through that black little flange, all you're gonna get is a big old freaking glue mess on the flange. Here we go. One down.
Sweet.
There we go. Oh no! We have a vent.
Cool.
We found it. I'm like Mario.
It's me, Mario!
Well, Mario's a plumber. He's always running around playing with pipes.
Chris finally finished playing with his pipes, and now it's time to cover it up with this hatch.
Time for the lid, Kelly. Ah, it doesn't fit.
Do you need to pivot? Oh,
Mike, please hold.
okay. Holding.
All right. Pull it up like a blankie. Look at you. You're the chain. Pretend to be chain.
I'm all wadded up. I'm the chain.
That's the worst impression I've ever heard. Anyway, okay, so we need to do some trimming. You want to try to come out of the hatch? Look at that, fits perfectly. Go ahead, little miner.
That wasn't so bad.
And voila, we have a chain locker. I think that's all we're gonna get done tonight. Stay tuned for more.
Hey you, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw and you want to keep following along, become a subscriber. Just hit that subscribe button below.